I will start by asking a couple of questions. Who in here either does exercise or has done exercise in the past? Yeah? So that's, I think, everyone in the room. Nearly everyone in the room. And who in here understands that exercise makes you fitter? Okay, cool. Who would understand that exercise would improve an athlete's performance? So the guys you see on the TV doing all their bits and pieces, the guys doing the cycling. Okay, great. So we can deduce that exercise is a good thing. Now, a part of my workshops is helping people see the whole picture, not just half of the picture, because there's a lot more to exercise than people possibly understand. And I'm going to share two things. Oh, that's going to go. Is that full? I just can't. It's got to be very light. Now, don't worry about the labels. That bit's not important. What it represents is the important bit. Excuse me. So this is basically the structure of your nervous system. You've then got two sides to it. So this is your brain, spine and nerves, your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system. You've then got an automatic side that deals with your digestion. So when you eat something, a lot of stuff goes on in your body to take care of it. So that's your automatic side. Over this side is your conscious control. So if I say to everyone, lift your arm up over your head, you'll lift your arm up over your head, and you made a decision to do that, and that was that side. But what we get on this side, this automatic side, this is the bit that we can't necessarily control. And this is, let's just say, in fact, let's put stress this side, and let's put relax that side. So we've got a stress side and we've got a relaxed side. Now, for us to be healthy, now again, I'm talking about just health now, not fitness, not performance, not all the other bits. This is health. Health is the foundation to fitness. Health is the foundation to sports performance. When we exercise, that is a stress to the body. So the exercise is actually, there's a proper name for it. It's catabolic, which is to break down. So exercise is there to break your body down. So if you do too much exercise, your body just is continually in deficit. It's getting broken down, broken down, broken down. So the exercise, it does obviously have its place. But the important bit is the relaxed side. Because the relaxed side is the polar opposite, and you've probably heard this word before, and it's anabolic. Everyone heard of anabolic steroids? Anabolic steroids build things up. So what you've got is with exercise you break down, and then with rest you build back up. So in order to be healthy and fit, and improve performance, and become stronger, become bigger, whatever it needs to be, what you really need is not exercise. What you need is a balance of exercise and recovery. Because it's the anabolic rest, relaxation and recovery that allows the breakdown to be repaired. And what the body generally does is repairs it back stronger, fitter, faster, whatever it needs to be. So a big part of exercise, if you will, is your ability to not only exercise, but then realise that potential that you've just created in all of that breakdown, which is the anabolic side, which is the rest, which is the recovery. So, on that note, who here takes part or has taken part in cardiovascular exercise, so running, cycling, swimming, and all those types of exercises? Yeah? Who here has possibly done some resistance training, so you've used weights or your own body weight and things like that? Who here has... Or let's just say, how many times would you do those a week? Would you do 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 4 times a week? Anywhere in that number, 3 to 5 times? Yeah? And you'll probably spend, doing the exercise, you'll probably spend what? I don't know, an hour, hour and a half, depending on the type of exercise, doing possibly 2 or 3 hours. 4 minutes. 4 minutes? Oh. That's how you do it. Yeah. I've actually got 2 minutes left. Yeah, that's cool. So then we come on to, so that would list all of that. So there's your cardiovascular exercise, your running, your cycling, your swimming, all of this kind of stuff. We will do that for, 2 to 3, 4 hours a time. But then we come on to this side. And who consciously makes an effort to diaphragmatically breathe for an extended period of time? Normally at work, yeah. Who makes a conscious effort to spend time stretching every day? 1 or 2 people. Who takes the time out, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 times a week to have a hot bath? Again, a couple of people. So what we can understand from just those simple questions, and this is I have a questionnaire where I can actually quantify this. I've got scores, so I'll ask them. They'll circle a little number. You add them all up, and what we tend to find is that when we talk about resistance training, when we talk about cardiovascular exercises, the numbers are really high. But when we talk about rest and relaxation, the numbers tend to be really low. And we can understand that from the questions that I've just asked. When it's talking about exercise and fitness, it's hands up, this is great. But when we talk about all the relaxation that actually makes you fitter, if you will, all the hands stay down, no one tends to do it. So what we tend to find is that even the fittest people could be a lot fitter. And a lot of the, let's just call them unfit people, again, could be doing a much better job. Because it's this side, this also here creates muscle tension. This creates muscle relaxation. So it's very much, it's getting these in balance. Because if we're tense all the time, and if we're stressed all the time, we're more prone to injury. If we can relax, that reduces our risk of injury. If we're talking about illness, this stress side, and this is really cool, it depresses your immune system. So even when you're stressed looking at a computer, your immune system is slowly being deactivated. As you then relax, breathe, stretch, your immune system goes back up. So on a movement level, if you're stressed, through exercise, your immune system's down. But when you relax, your immune system starts working again. When you eat certain foods, and that creates a stress in the body, immune system goes down. When you eat certain foods that help relax the body, the immune system goes up. When you're stressed through your thinking, looking at a computer, dealing with a customer, whatever it might be, the immune system goes down. So if we are stressed looking at our computer, people go, right, I need to go to the gym. Go to the gym, more of that. Immune system goes down. If they then go home and eat not necessarily the right foods because they're stressed and their sugars are down and whatever, again, that will depress the immune system. Give that 3 to 4, maybe 5, 6 weeks, there's an illness. And that's not necessarily because the bug has taken over, it's because your body isn't strong enough to cope with the bug that's just been taken in. So by getting your movement right, by balancing exercise and relaxation, by getting your nutrition right, by balancing the different types of foods, and by managing your stress levels with stress and relaxation, you're going to experience a lot more health than if you do what you're told in the media, and to go and eat certain foods that are expressed there, to go and do certain exercise that you're told to do. The easiest example is Christmas, and I'll finish on this bit. In the build-up to Christmas, everything gets a bit tense, everything gets a bit stressful, we eat certain foods, we don't do any exercise. Our immune system goes down, and then what happens in January? All of a sudden there's this bug everywhere. The bug's not everywhere, it's the fact that your immune system isn't very strong to cope with the bug that's there. And that is the overriding principle of the four workshops that I teach: the health, the moving, the eating, and the thinking. So as I mentioned before, if people don't know this, they'll never do it, because they're always going based on what they know, because their knowledge precedes their actions. So as we can start sharing this type of information, people can actually make an objective decision to change their behaviour, and then with the consultancy and various other bits that I do, I can then help manage people through that.